Welcome in. It is Brad with College SportsCast. We are here to preview Monday night's national championship game for college football. It's game day pick'em. Welcome in, guys. It's Brad with College SportsCast. We are here to cover the national championship game on Monday night. That's the big thing we're going to talk about. John, you ready to talk about some championship football?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. We're going to do that. We got some college basketball we're going to talk about, some games for men's and women's. Before we do, always start off with the Facebook stuff, man. If you are enjoying our content, please hit that subscribe on Facebook. It's only 99 cents a month. It does give you your own badge when you make comments and things like that. It gives you your own page that you can post in yourself with us on our subscribers page. And John and I are in a chat, and we are got some people in there with us in the chat, and we're constantly trying to put up-to-date info in there and things of that nature all the time, especially through all this portal stuff that's going on. So John's in there a lot. I'm in there a lot. Hit us up. It's only 99 cents a month. That's all it is. All right. John, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm super excited about the championship. I mean, I can't believe we are in season 4, week 21 already.
Yeah, it's went by really quick, Brad.
Like, it seems crazy to think that we're in week 21 already in season 4.
Well, and to kind of top it off, you got a team that hasn't been here probably since, 2002?
Yeah, that's Miami, and then Indiana. They've never had a chance that I know of.
They've not been here even. I don't even think they've been here.
I don't think they've ever been there where they have a chance at a national title. To be honest with you,
but that's basically what we're going with. So
that's what we got to talk about tonight. But before we do, real quick. The Real Fresh channel and us team up. That is a QR code at the top left-hand corner of the screen. That they will match a deposit up to 125% 3 times. So if you like to put down a little bit of cash and possibly win some back, possibly lose some back, if you do, you can get a little bit of extra money with our Bet Us link up at the top with the Real Fresh channel. I'm going to leave that up while we discuss all this tonight and give you guys a chance to use our code with the Real Fresh channel and check out the Real Fresh channel as well. All right, John, like I said, man, we are in season 4, week 21. This is episode 49 of season 4. Mm-hmm. We're doing a special one here. This, like I said, the national championship game is Monday night, January 19th. And join us because we're going to do a special live. And we are going to be on here and talking back and forth. I'm going to try to have another guest on with us on Monday night. And have 3 of us on, and we're going to kind of talk back and forth during the game, do a live stream. We can't show the game, but we can talk about it and talk about each play and what's going on and just have a little bit of fun. We did that last year with the national championship game. It was fun. So join us Monday night when right before the game start. We will come on. We will be on the entire time. Until the end. It's usually about a 3.5 hour thing or something during the football game. So join us on Monday night for our live stream on College SportsCast of the national championship game. All right. Having said all that, John, we are going to get to talking about the national championship game. And the first team we're going to talk about tonight, John, is number 1, Indiana. I mean, when this season started, man, did you have any idea that we would be sitting here January the 16th and talking about undefeated number 1 Indiana?
I mean, I thought Indiana would be good.
I didn't think they'd be this good. I thought they'd be good, but I'll be honest with you. I didn't think they'd be
they have reached a level that we've not seen before. You know, their success has been all on the backs of Kirk Cignetti and Fernando Mendoza. He's been absolutely excellent, Brad, during this playoff run. He's got some good running backs.
John, he has thrown more touchdowns than incompletions.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
That's wild. And they're led by I'll say, Brad, one of the best offensive linemen in football, and Pat Coogan. Coogan is really, really good up front.
Yeah.
I love him as an offensive lineman. The strength of this Miami team, which we'll get into it, is along the line of scrimmage a little bit. And I think Indiana's group, they're veteran-led. He's a transfer from Notre Dame, Coogan. They run at you every single play. In the running game, they don't do a lot of screwy stuff. They just flat out try to physically
run it down your throat, actually. I mean, and then, John, I got to ask you, talking about Mendoza, okay? In the playoffs here, man, nobody's been better at the back shoulder throw than Fernando Mendoza. I mean, like, is there a way that you can game plan for that and try to defend that back shoulder throw?
It's tough. That ain't really what he's so good at. I feel like he's good there, but he's also good at getting the ball and using his legs. You know, like you said, he's very good at throwing the ball to the back of the end zone, getting the wide receiver involved, Surrett.
I feel like every time that they have needed a big play in the passing game, they go to a 18 to 20 yard back shoulder throw and they get it. It's perfect every time and nobody can defend it. You're overplaying over top and they can't get back to that back shoulder throw. And he's been perfect. Mendoza has absolutely perfect.
I'm going to tell you a name that has stepped up big in this playoff is Charlie Becker for Indiana. He has played like a Brock Bowers type. When Mendoza has needed him, he's made big catches. Black, the running back, is playing really well. Roman Hemby's played well. Surratt has played well. Omar Cooper has played really, really well. This is a really good Indiana offense. The skill talent is there. You know, Becker and Cooper, I feel like, are the better parts of this Indiana offense.
You know what's wild? Most of these guys that you're talking about, Surratt, Black, all these guys came from James Madison.
They did.
And everybody's kind of got this idea that James Madison can't compete. Well, look what Cignetti has done with these James Madison players. 2- and 3-star James Madison players, if that. I mean, it's actually wild.
You know what Indiana starters average according to 24/7? 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
And 4.3.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but their last 3 games, they have beaten Ohio State, Alabama, and Oregon, right?
Yeah. 6 of those starters came from James Madison.
They have a 4.5 average star rating, all of those guys.
Yeah. They have 6 of those starters that came from James Madison. I think 2 of them was from Indiana and 4 was from Texas, Florida, and Virginia.
Yeah.
Cignetti brought up a good point the other day. He was talking about when he got there. He said he only had 10 offensive starters in the transfer portal, and we only had 1 returner on defense. He said they were down to 40 scholarships.
This was 2 years ago, John. This is just his second year.
I'm going to say this, Brad. I think the whole Indiana thing, it's a blend of portal guys combined with guys that have been in the college ranks for about 3 or 4 years. It comes down to, toughness, lunch pail, hardworking guys, their DNA, high achievers. They're not – I mean, you can win with stars. That's not what I'm saying. The thing about it is, though, they just come in and they just go to work. They do their job and they do it well.
John, you're talking about just go to work. I mean – their execution is flawless. It's damn near flawless on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I agree with you.
Let's look at their defense and talk about their defense for a few minutes here from Indiana. Pons, first play of the game against Oregon, he jumps a route, and it's a pick 6.
And Pons came from James Madison.
He's 5'9", and he came from James Madison.
I'm going to tell you, this defense is for real, Brad. They got an All-American linebacker in Aiden Fisher. They got a defensive tackle in Tyreek Taylor. He was another one that came from James Madison. Hardy was a really good piece for the 24 class. Listen, Brad, this defense just gets after it. They plug up holes. They know their gaps. They know where to go, which sideline to get to. They're just fundamentally sound when it comes to the game of football. And, it's so fun to watch Cignetti during these games because every time something little breaks down, he's got a funny face. And he knows that these boys are putting their effort out there and they're going to have to get it done. And he's pushing them every single game. And to see that, I mean, everybody talks about, well, he don't have a bunch of 5 stars. Well, it's all about coaching.
It is. I mean, honestly.
If you got a good coach, you're going to win some games.
Well, him being goofy doesn't make any difference. Like, he's playing like a superstar, to be honest with you.
At this point,
I mean, honestly, like the kid, I know people are talking about him, but I mean, he's a genuine kid, man. He's a family guy. He loves his family. He loves his brother. I mean, like
the thing that shocks me,
it's really cool to see, really.
I'll say this, Indiana's really undersized on defense. And that's a completely different group than we're going up against with Miami when we talk about in a minute. Now, Indiana did miss – they're missing one of their key guys, Stephen Daly. They've had guys step up all year long. They make up for their size, Brad, by their agility to move.
Aggressive.
Really.
Yes, on defense.
Passing lanes, simulating, rushes. The front 4, they have a lot of different stunts. They have a lot of different things. They are physical. They don't try to win one-on-one matches.
But one thing different about Indiana on their defense, it's not about size. They're not overpowering you. It's stunts and different looks and aggressiveness. That's how they are that's how they're gaining the edge on these people. It's not about being massive in size and power.
I'm going to tell you another one that's really, really good is Sharp in the back with Pons. He and Sharp are really good on the outside. They play a lot of zone defense. their eyes are on the quarterback, Brad. And it feels like a lot of times when you're watching them that they know exactly what the quarterback's doing when he's dropping back. Look at the game against Oregon, the pick six. He was right there waiting on it.
I mean, it was almost like they knew the play call, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say that, but I mean, the kid that like literally looked like he knew what was coming and just jumped it at the exact same time that Dante Moore was turning to throw it.
You know what's crazy? You go from where Cignetti was, IUP, to Alabama, to pitch, like all these spots, to where he's at. It's one of the most improbable runs that I've ever seen. They have moved Brad from the cellar
to the
basketball school to a story that might have a beautiful ending and a beautiful movie to it.
It could.
So many people want to know what's the secret to what Cignetti does. How can this be done?
I don't know, but if he could bottle it and sell it, he'd make a fortune.
They execute, and they're very well coached. They're a team that is win or lose. I don't think you can take away the fact they beat Alabama, they beat Ohio State, they beat Oregon twice, once on their home field, and then in the playoff. And the second time, they beat them like a drum.
Well, they beat Alabama like a drum.
The first time they really should have lost the first game in Oregon, but Dante Moore struggled. He threw some picks. He was sacked 6 times. They had some issues there. The second game was just a completely different game. It was just domination.
It was. All right, we're going to turn the page and talk about Miami for a few minutes here, John. I've got the same thing up on them. Miami's number 10, and was number 10 in the college football playoff. I've got Beck in the offense and Bain in the defense. So, John, let's talk about Carson Beck in this offense for just a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you got this Hurricane team. They started the year out, Brad, in the number 10? They was in the top 5. They beat Notre Dame.
They actually climbed to number 2 once, I'm pretty sure.
They lost to Louisville, SMU. There was a lot of talk that maybe they don't make the tournament. They had I think, didn't they lose to Clemson in the year, I think?
No, they just lost 2. They lost to SMU and Louisville.
That's what it was. The tiebreaker, it got involved there with the Duke team. They upset Virginia. That opened the door, I felt like, for Miami. Tulane, James Madison went over Duke. And then it came really down to Miami and Notre Dame.
Yep.
And what happened? Miami beat Notre Dame in week 1. Listen, Brad, this Miami team has a veteran quarterback in Carson Beck. They got a very good running back in Mark Fletcher Jr.
John, people don't remember it, but Carson Beck was the backup quarterback at Georgia for the 2021 and the 2022 national championship.
And I'm going to say this. If you haven't watched Malachi Tony play football,
he's special, man.
He's a special talent.
And their running back is really good as well, man.
And you know what's crazy is if you go on the 24/7, it might be 24/7 or on 3 Sports. Tony was a 3-star.
But man, did you see his catch? Like his catch radius is crazy. He can jump.
That's what I mean, Brad. They have done the improbable. They beat Texas A&M on the road. They beat I wouldn't say a great Ohio State team, but they beat a good Ohio State team.
Damn good Ohio State team. Come on now.
Well, to be fair, their offense was not great. Their defense is pretty good, but there was some struggles offensively all season at times for saying. But you got to be fair, though, Brad. He's a freshman, and there's going to be lumps in that breakdown.
What do you
But
think about the running back? What do you think about the running back here? Do you like him in this game at all?
And they beat Ole Miss last week, which was an absolute classic of a game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, it was absolutely classic, Brad. It was just one of those. I mean,
whoever was going to have
CJ, you got CJ Daniels, Carson Beck, Mark Fletcher, Francis. I think the offensive lineman. I think he's one of the second highest ranked offensive tackles. Malaglu. I think I can't pronounce it. Francis. He's been really good. Carson Beck has played out of his mind. He's been very inconsistent throughout college, Brad.
Let's just say this about Carson Beck. Everybody thought he was done last year with his elbow injury. And what he has done going to Miami on an NIL deal and took some money, he did take some cash to go there, but he chose a team that he thought could get the pieces there to possibly get to a title, and look where he is.
You want to know another key thing about this game is this is a home game.
And we are going to talk about that for sure. But I want to ask you about their defense too, man. This Miami defense is for real.
Ruben Bain Jr., he's really good. Akeem Mesador.
He's a bane to your existence.
Yeah. They probably – I wouldn't even say probably. I believe they do. They probably got the most disruptive front in college football. I think they led the nation in sacks.
Well, that's the one thing. Now, Mendoza's not hit the ground too many times in his games in the playoffs here.
You want to know a funny stat?
Do you think Miami can get to him?
The Hoosiers have allowed just 22 sacks in 15 games.
And in the playoffs, I think he's been sacked once in 2 games.
Yep.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see what the Miami run game does against the Indiana run defense. Can they get anything going? Because they shut Ohio State down, Alabama, Oregon. They've surrendered, Brad, just 75 rushing yards per game on the year. And Mark Fletcher is not no slouch.
No.
And then they got Sharmar Brown, who has been a pretty good number 2 back for them.
But I mean, honestly, this defensive line, John, is one of the best in football. And Ruben Bain Jr. is fantastic. If he's not a top 10 pick in the NFL draft coming up, something's wrong. I mean, honestly, he should every bit be a top 10 pick.
I think.
I'm asking you, do you think they can get to Mendoza?
I do. Now, it's going to be tough because this offensive line is really good, Brad. You know, you got, like I said, I lost his name there for a minute.
Pat?
Coogan,
yeah.
Coogan's really good. They got another star up front. I think, is it Carter Smith, I think? Is it Carter?
I don't.
Yeah,
honestly,
Carter Smith.
Look at all their offensive linemen.
Yeah, it's Carter Smith. He's an All-American tackle. He was a finalist for the Joe Moore Award, which is everybody talks about is the best offensive lineman group, the nation's best.
I mean, the one thing I think this Miami defense is going to have to know and be ready for is those back shoulder throws that I was talking about.
Yeah, they're going to have
to be able to defend some of those and knock them down.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. The home field advantage thing is big for me, Brad.
Well, let's get to that because it is.
You know, you're playing underdog.
In Miami. They are going back. This is in their home stadium. This national. Now this wasn't planned. This was in Miami. No matter who was going to make the field here for the national championship game, it just so happens that Miami is the place that was chosen, and Miami Hurricanes got there. There is one other factor. Mendoza is literally lives like a mile, half a mile from the stadium. His parents. He grew up in Miami. He's actually going home too for this game.
It also doesn't hurt, Brad, that the fact is the road to the championship, they beat number 2, number 6, number 7, and they've just found ways to win. And now you got the home crowd behind you.
John, Indiana is an 8.5-point favorite, and Miami's at home. Do you think Indiana's had a great crowd everywhere they've been?
And I'll even go as far as say that they're going to bring a massive crowd to Hard Rock Stadium. I do feel like protecting the home will only prevail Miami to upset them, because I think they're going to have to make plays. They're going to have to do things they've not done all year long. They're basically going to have to play a flawless game. Now, 2 or 3 penalties here and there is one thing, but they just simply cannot shoot themselves in the foot against a very disciplined Indiana team.
I'll tell you this much, John. Monday night, if there are more Indiana fans at the stadium than Miami fans, that is not going to look good. I'm just saying. Because Indiana's had one hell of a following.
I'm going to say this about Carson Beck while we're there. He came from Georgia. You know, he had the elbow surgery. He was the biggest storylines during all summer.
A year ago, right this time, like he set out the playoff game because of the elbow surgery. I mean,
in the games against A&M and Ohio State, he didn't really have to put up a lot of numbers, Brad. He just managed the game.
He did the Ole Miss game. He did the Ole Miss game.
No, not the Ole Miss game. I'm talking about the A&M and Ohio State game. He just made throws when they needed him to make them. Yeah. He delivered in those games. You know, with his game experience at Georgia and this playoff run, I don't think this moment is going to be overwhelming for Beck.
I don't either. I think he's going to be.
Can just find a few plays, you know, Tony, Fletcher. I really believe that Miami beats Indiana.
Wow.
The defense has got to play ball.
I will say this, Ron. I cannot imagine really, because this Indiana team has been putting up points and points and points. They played, Oregon and put up tons of points. Alabama put up tons of points. This Miami defense is for real. I think this is going to be much more of a low-scoring game. Now, I don't think it's going to be 14-10 or nothing, but could I see a 27-20 game or something like that? Somewhere around there I could see. I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring than Indiana has been used to. Mm-hmm. The one thing I will tell you, John, if Miami wins this game, they're going to have to create some turnovers.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're going to have to make some plays.
They're going to have to sack him. They're going to have to get to Mendoza and sack him 4, 5, 6 times, rattle him a little bit, and they're going to have to create a turnover or two. And they can't let Indiana create 4 turnovers like Oregon did.
I think what Indiana has to do, though, is they got to tackle, especially against Tony, Daniels. And here's the thing, Brad, I've said it all season long. They are so fundamentally sound. They never take a bad angle. They never whiff. That's going to be critical against a Miami team that has some speed. You know, we saw in the game against Ole Miss, Tony, there was a couple on a couple of those screens he had, the A&M game, some jet sweeps. Indiana is going to have to tackle and be in their spots.
Yeah.
Because Tony's one of those that can take it 80 yards to the house in 2 seconds.
Fletcher will run right up the gut too and take one to the house if you don't tackle him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And here's another thing that kind of worries me a little bit, Brad. I wouldn't say it worries me. They've had a really good year, Indiana. They've whipped their opponents in the playoffs. They've whipped a bunch of teams in the regular season, and a lot of that has been Mendoza. He had some big pass plays. He's got some talented receivers in Cooper. Miami's defensive front, I feel like, is going to get some pressure on Mendoza. I just feel like you cannot let that take him out of what's made Indiana really good.
I mean, the storybook ending here, everybody thinks is going to be Indiana.
I'm saying, getting in his head. Like, Indiana's never been here. Now, Miami, they've been here a few times. They know what to. It's been a long time, but what I'm saying, they know where, they know where they've been. Indiana has never been here.
Nope.
Do they come out timid? Do they come out not focused? Does Miami get a 14-0 lead on them?
I don't see that with Cignetti. I just don't.
I don't, Brad. But sometimes the moment can get you.
It can. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying I think Cignetti will have them focused. I really do, and ready to go.
I do too.
I think Miami's going to have to take it, but let's make our picks. Indiana's an 8.5-point favorite in this game on Monday night. John, like I said, this is in Miami, and they are playing the Hurricanes. So, John, what is your pick here on this one?
This is tough. This is 8.5-point favorite
in the championship. Yep.
I'll say this. I do think Miami's defense is better than Indiana's offense. I think their defensive pressure is going to be there. Bain, Dorr, they got Scott in the back. I just think Indiana is simply the more complete team. I just feel there's other ways for Indiana to win this game. They can win it with running. They can win it with defense. They can win it with passing. The overthrows to the corner of the end zone like Mendoza does sometimes. I just feel like that they're just going to execute better, Brad. And they're going to win a defensive battle. I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think it's going to come down to whoever makes a play, whoever don't turn the ball over. I'm going to pick Indiana, but I'm going to pick Miami to cover the 8.5.
Well, I think that's where I'm going. Is I'm picking Miami.
I want to pick Miami, but I just feel like Indiana has done so much all year long. And I feel like they're built for this moment. Now, like I said a minute ago, can the moment get too big? Yes, it can. And I don't think it's going to let that happen because Cignetti's probably not going to let that happen. If it does, we might see him explode. And more than we have in this playoff. So, but
all right. So for me, John,
Indiana wins this game.
I think Miami covers the 8.5. All right. That's my pick. If I'm a betting guy, I'm going to pick Miami to cover this 8.5. I know the storybook ending everybody thinks is Indiana. But I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that the writing is supposed to be Miami here. I just do. Something about it. Them actually getting to go back home for this game, Mario Cristobal, the work that he's done, Carson Beck coming back and doing what he's done. There's also a part of me that says Mendoza coming back home, and maybe he's the key here.
Saviors, yeah.
But man, I something about Miami here. They almost seem unstoppable. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We can't wait to watch this game on Monday night, and we will be live with you on a live stream here at College SportsCast during the national championship game. Join us. We are going to move on from the national championship game, John. We are going to start talking about some college basketball. These games are tomorrow on Saturday, and I think one of the best games of the day is this game here that I got up. Number 11 BYU is at number 15 Texas Tech. Tech is a 2.5-point favorite at home over BYU here.
Yeah, you got JT Toppman. I mean, he's been unstoppable, Brad, at the rim. You got
matchup right here.
You got AJ Devonta. He's been as impressive there. He's a freshman. Phew. Like, what do you do with this game? Like, it's probably one of the better games of the day, let's be honest.
I think it is.
I'm going to go Tech here. I like Tech at home. I wouldn't be shocked, though, if BYU wins this game. I just feel like they got a really good guard play, right? You know, Devonta. They got a mixture of guys that can really, really play for Kevin Young. But I'm not going to go against Toppin and this team. I like this Texas Tech team. I like how they play. I like how they score. When Toppin gets going inside of the rim, he's probably one of the better players in the country. Devonta
could go for 30. Yeah. And Toppin could go for 30.
Very, very easily.
Yeah. I mean, to be quite honest with you, this is going to be get your popcorn ready game tomorrow night. To be honest with you, this is going to be a fun one. You tune in for this one. This is at Texas Tech. And for that reason, I am going to take Tech in this game.
I'll say this. Expect a very physical game in this one.
Yeah. All right, John. We're doing this one second because this is actually the early game tomorrow. I want to get this one kind of out of the way. Kentucky is at number 24, Tennessee. It's actually a 6.5, not 6.6. I don't know why that says 6.6. Just a misprint on mine, tap. But anyway, it's a 6.5 that Tennessee is favored here in this game. It's in Knoxville, John. And to believe it or not, Kentucky has won like 4 straight in Knoxville. But for sure, Jaden Quaintance is out again tomorrow.
I got a question. How about Kentucky start a game without getting down 16-3? That would be a start.
Or 28-14 or whatever. Yeah.
I don't understand, Brad, how you have these
how they can look like for 10 minutes that they've never even touched a basketball before, and then for 30 minutes they can look like a top 10 team in the country. How's that possible?
Is it effort? Is it
there are times, John, on the floor, I kid you not, it looks like they have not practiced 32 seconds the entire year of basketball.
Well, and then you had the other night, you had Jasper Johnson go in, and he never even came back. Like, I don't know what's going on with Jasper Johnson. They said he was going to have a bigger role. Obviously, he didn't have a bigger role against LSU.
He played 8 minutes, I believe, but I don't think he played it all the second half. If he did,
well, you had Cam Williams playing good, and I'm gonna give it up for him. Everybody's been on him, but Denzel Aberdeen actually had a really good game.
All right, wait a second. He had a great second half.
That's what I'm
saying.
His
first half was terrible.
No, his first half was not great, but his second half, he hit some shots and got some steals that kind of changed the game a little bit.
I mean, he scored 17 in the second half, and guess how many he had in the first half? A goose egg. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, he was terrible in the first half.
I want to go Tennessee here, Brad. Um, you know, I know that we've won. I think what is it, 3 straight over there. They'll be wanting this. It might be 4. I can't remember, but they'll be wanting this game really bad. Now, I will say Tennessee does not look nothing like they did the last 2 years.
I'm not. They got 2 really good players. They got Gillespie and Amen.
Yeah. Now, Jalen Carey's played pretty good for him.
He's okay, but he's not like a fantastic player, I don't feel like.
Their shooting, I feel like, has not been great this year.
I'll tell you a player who the other night got his first start was Yelovich. And I know a lot of Kentucky fans was talking about, well, why is he starting, going from not playing to starting and all this other stuff. The guy has 2 years of pro ball experience. He's 21 years old. Pro ball overseas, not in the NBA, overseas. And I think without some of the players that, without JQ, without Jalen Lowe, I think he's a guy you've got to start developing for the rest of this season and to get on the floor. He had 11 points and 5 rebounds. He hit 2 or 3 threes the other night in that savior win with LSU. Can Kentucky go into Knoxville in the morning? Let's be honest, it's at noon Eastern time, and knock off the Volunteers again at home, because they need this win. Let's be honest, John.
Yeah, they do. They need it. They need it for their tournament, and they need it really for confidence and momentum. So,
in the rankings and the quad one, I mean, Kentucky needs this win.
Yep.
I do think if I'm a betting person here, I'm probably going to bet Tennessee, to be honest with you. I think Kentucky is going to cover the spread, though. That's just my opinion. I'm going to take Kentucky in the spread, the 6.5. All right, West. Virginia, number 16, Virginia is at SMU. Virginia has been coming on, playing really well this year. They're a 1.5-point favorite at SMU. John, same night that Kentucky beat LSU with a buzzer beater, SMU had a half-court shot for a buzzer beater as well.
Loopy Miller, pretty wild.
Yep.
Which stopped. If they had lost that game, they would have lost 3 in a row. This is a tough game. It's at SMU. SMU has not played great. Now, they did win the other night on a wild shot. Listen, Ryan Odom has done a really good job at Virginia. He's got a big 7. He's got a big 7-footer in the middle. Joe Grunlow. He's really, really good on the floor. SMU to me is going to have to be more consistent from 3. Their defense is what's going to keep them in games, but scoring-wise, they're going to have to make some plays.
Is Virginia the best team in the ACC outside of Duke?
I think they are. I mean, they went into Louisville and put a smackdown. So maybe we're looking at a Virginia team that is finally coming together and getting back to
Ryan Odom in his first year is doing a heck of a job.
He's doing wonderful, man.
Yeah.
He's having a really good year. And I got Virginia in this game, Brad.
I like the Mustangs. It's more on the football side of things for me in the Mustangs, but I'm taking the Cavaliers here in this game. I think Ryan Odom's doing a great job.
Yep, I got Virginia.
All right. I got number 19, Florida, at number 10, Vandy. Vandy is a 3.5-point favorite at home. They are coming off of a loss here, John.
They are, and Florida is playing as good as anybody. They've won 3 in a row. They broke, I think, 90 points in each of those victories. Boogie Flan has really played really well.
Defending champs too, and got some guys back.
I'm going to tell you, Vandy's got a really good player in Tyler Tanner. Devin McLaughlin is going to have a time with this Gators front court. This Gators front court is good, and Florida's clicking at the right time. Like I said, they've won 3 in a row. They're defending national champions. I think Florida has caught something in a bottle here in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it's going to be tough on the rest of the SEC. Florida's going to be hard to deal with. But I will say this, they're playing at Vanderbilt. And like I say, Brad, crazy shit happened in Nashville.
Memorial Gymnasium. Yeah, good old Memorial Gymnasium. Yep.
All I can tell you is be prepared to get glue everything, because it can get downright nasty sometimes. So
can, but you know what, John? You know what I think the difference is. This Vandy team is really good, and I'm not going to take anything from them.
Mark Byington, it might be one of the better coaches.
But there's one weakness, I think, and Texas kind of exploited that, I thought, with the inside game. All right.
Yeah,
and Florida has all their big guys back from a national championship team. I kind of think here, in my opinion, that if they will play through the post and play down low, that Florida will take advantage here and win this game.
I'll say this. If Vandy's hitting their shots and hitting threes like they do in Nashville, good luck, Florida.
I'm picking the upset here and taking the Gators on the road.
Because when they get hot, Brad, at home, it's like they don't – the rim is just like – it looks big for them. Like it's just no – so good luck, Florida.
All right. Arkansas, number 17 Arkansas is at number 21 Georgia. Georgia, actually, John, is a 1.5-point favorite at home.
That's kind of surprising to me, the way Georgia
coming off of a loss, a last-second loss to Ole Miss on their home court.
Georgia, I don't know, Brett. This team's kind of –
they have some pieces.
They do, but it's a weird team. Like it.
The Wilkerson kid is really good. They still have that blue kid that can shoot from outside.
Blue Kane, yeah.
Blue Kane, yeah. They still have. They have Wilkins kid. Dominic Wilkins.
They got the big boy in the middle. That
they got the big boy in the middle that committed to Kentucky and is now at Georgia. I mean, they've got some pieces on this Georgia team.
I'm going to tell you something. Darius and Cuff.
The problem with Sumpto is he can't stay out of foul trouble.
Surreal, that's his name.
Sumpto Surreal.
Well, and then he got ejected. What, 1 or 2? Was it 1 or 2 games?
Yeah.
He's got a. I don't know. He's got a hot spirit about him.
Tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this about Arkansas. You know, everybody likes to crap on Coach Cal. Everybody likes to say their things, but he's got 2 of the best guards.
Who are you talking about?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about their son in general.
Oh, okay.
He's got 2 of the best guards. He might have one of the best guards in the country that a lot of people are not even giving credit, and that's Darius Cut. Like in the SEC, yes, but overall, he's not getting any love.
Darius Cuff is playing really, really well.
He's tough.
Really, really well.
It's another staple of those Calipari guards, and he finally got him another one.
Yeah, but I mean, he's playing really, really well. And depending on how Brazil plays and a couple of those other pieces, Thomas.
If they play on the road like they did at Auburn last week, they'll get blowed out again.
Yeah.
You can't.
It kind of depends on what a few of those other pieces do, because a Cup is going to play good, probably.
You know, you got DJ Wagner, and that's another thing that I like to kind of figure out. DJ Wagner is still in college.
To be honest with you, John, after his 3rd year now in college, and watching him play, is he NBA worthy?
He
I'm just saying.
dominated. You know what's crazy, Brett? He dominated the high school ranks.
Is he NBA worthy? I mean, I'm just being honest.
I mean, somebody will pick him up. If they don't pick him up, I mean, a G League team, will obviously want a point guard.
Oh, well, he'll play on something like that. I'm just talking about NBA right away, basically, is what I'm talking about.
I mean, it just shocks me to where he was as a high school recruit to what he is now.
Yeah.
Like that's not just him. There's a lot of guys like that.
Arkansas or Georgia here?
I think I'm going to go Hogs. I like Georgia. I just think a Cuff and Brazil, I think they get it done on the road tomorrow.
Georgia has a really good team here. This is the part of the season when you start getting into the meat of the SEC. We're in game 4 or 5. When you start getting into the meat of the SEC,
and you start finding out.
This is when you start seeing a few of these teams like the Georgias that have had really good years so far. They start falling and losing some of these games. They got beat on a buzzer beater by a 10-7 or 9-7 Ole Miss team the other night at home. Because of that, I'm going to take Arkansas in this. I think that the Razorbacks will figure out a way to go in and steal one on the road. All right, the last one I want to talk about, I got one Big Ten game here. Number 5 Purdue is at USC. I don't think people realize that the men USC are 14-3. They have started out pretty good this year. And Purdue is a 7.5-point favorite at home going out west.
I think I'm going to stick with Purdue, Brad. I like Braden Smith for you. I think Fletcher Moore.
Chad Baker Mazzaro. Do y'all remember that?
Fletcher Warrior is his name. I'm going to go with Purdue. I like this Purdue team. I will say this. USC will keep it tough.
Y'all remember Chad Baker Mazzaro?
Yeah, played at Auburn.
Yeah. Guess where he is?
USC. Yeah.
He's at USC. And playing really well out there, by the way.
Give me Purdue. Give me USC to cover, though.
All right. I'm going to go Purdue. I think I'm even going to pick Purdue. But Chad Baker Mazzaro is playing really well out there.
Yeah, he's playing good.
All right, we're going to switch it up and get to some women's games, John. The first one I want to talk about is number 16 Ole Miss is at Georgia on Sunday. These games are on Sunday. Ole Miss, Coach Yo is really kind of getting on the AP voters this week on the X account and stuff. I thought it was really kind of awesome to see her because I thought the voters were way off on a few things. Georgia, just like the guys, I think they're like 14-3, have, something like that, have had a pretty good season so far, but not ranked, and Ole Miss is coming to town.
Oh, Cody McMahon is really, really good, Brad. I think the last game they played, she had 24.
Yep.
She's really, really good. Georgia, ironically, is having a pretty good year.
They are.
They're doing really well this year. I love Coach Yo. She's one of the best coaches in the country. She went through the portal. She made a lot of changes to this team. She's so tough, especially defensively.
Yes.
They play tough defense. They get after you. I like Ole Miss in this game. I think they win this game. I actually think they win this game by 15 or more.
I'm going to take Ole Miss in this one. I really like the job that she's done putting this team together. I mean, literally, she went out and got like 6-7 kids in the portal.
Yeah, she went haywire in the portal.
Yeah, and got some really good ones and brought in some really good players here, and they're competing on the national stage. So Give me the Rebs in this one. And the next one we're going to talk about, John, this is, number 20, Tennessee at number 21, Alabama. Alabama's coming off of a tough loss on the road against Auburn, and Tennessee is still undefeated in the SEC, 4-0. But Tennessee's kind of had some ups and downs on the road here. How do you think this one plays out?
I'm going to tell you, rebound is going to be a big, big key. Alabama has not been great. I think they got to win the battle on the boards.
Timmons has got to step up big for Alabama.
Carly Weathers, she's playing really, really well for Alabama.
Yep.
Things are starting to come together for Tennessee, Brad. Alabama now, they struggled against Auburn. Auburn's pressure, their defensive pressure.
Really they were 17-1 before that Auburn game.
Yeah, Auburn really got after them, man. Defensively, I'm going to tell you something. Alabama ranks third in three-pointers in SEC. They're not afraid to score, Brad. They're not afraid to throw it up from three. But hearing today that maybe Malaysia Cooper will play, who knows? That's a big plus in that game. If she does, I think even if she don't, I think Tennessee wins this game. Tennessee's playing like a top 5 seed. Coach Caldwell is doing remarkable things in that program.
She's done really well, and they started kind of slow, but they seem to be coming around.
Give me Tennessee. I'm going to take the Vols. Alabama.
I am going to take the Vols here, but it's like I think this is going to come down to the wire. I think this is one of those games that's going to come down to the wire.
Well, you talked about that night, but you just can't lose to Auburn. Like, you just simply cannot.
No, I agree. All right, John, this is another big one on Sunday. This is number 6 LSU goes on the road to number 13 Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma, John, is coming off some tough losses last week. Won to Kentucky, on Sunday.
You know what's crazy is Oklahoma is looking to avoid a third straight conference game.
Yep, third straight loss.
They
were number 5 last week. They dropped 8 spots after 2 losses. But let's be honest, John, they lost to 2 really good teams.
Yeah. Here's the thing about LSU. They finally showed what they could do against a team like Texas. Then you got Oklahoma.
I still think they jumped too high. I've been saying it all week. I still think they jumped.
Let's be fair against Kentucky. Oklahoma had probably one of the worst three-point shooting games of their season. They didn't shoot well from 3. Reagan Beers stayed in foul trouble. It just seemed like everything was against them, and Kentucky kind of put it on them in the third and fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, I think they went scoreless for like 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Yeah,
Oklahoma just couldn't. But I like this game because it's at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got a really good team. They got some good players.
I promise you, they'll have the crowd there too.
They will. Okay. The girls get plenty of support. Now the men, it's a little bit different, but the girls, they do get support. Reagan Beers is a really good player. I love her. She gets after it. She's physical as all get out.
And I know good and well they're going to be striving their off, trying not to have 3 straight losses.
I wouldn't be shocked if this game gets a little chippy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because Oklahoma likes to push around. And
I'm going to tell you what, Oklahoma's rough. They play rough.
They do. Give me Oklahoma. I'm going to take the upset at home. I think they beat LSU and take care of business.
Man, that would be big if they do. LSU's already got 2.
Then you got to look at it from a standpoint where LSU, they could possibly not even get a first-round bye in the SEC tournament. If
they lose this one, yeah, I mean, it's possible. I think Oklahoma's going to be out to rebound here. I'm going to take the Sooners at home as well, I believe, in this one. I think that physicality, I think they're going to massively out-rebound LSU in this game would be my guess. Kentucky did. I think Oklahoma will in this game. And because of that, I'm going to take Oklahoma at home.
How many we got? How many more we got on here?
We got 3 more to run through. Got Maryland at number 3, UCLA. Maryland's number 12 in the country. This is a Big Ten game.
Yeah, this is a huge game, Brad. I think, UCLA is playing really, really well. Maryland, I think they dropped their first game for like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maryland's kind of trending. Maryland's kind of trending in the wrong direction, Brad.
A little bit. They've had an injury, I believe, that's kind of, I'm
going to say this.
There's part of that.
They play. I was looking at the schedule, Brad. They play UCLA, Iowa, Washington, Oregon, Michigan State, and Nebraska right in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, and some of those teams are improved.
Life in the power conferences.
It is. Give me UCLA. I like them at home. This is a really good UCLA team. They get after it. They're there.
I don't know if y'all seen Kiki Rice the other night, but she was fantastic. And then you got the Betts girls, both.
Yeah, the Betts girls are really good.
I mean, I just think that this UCLA team is going to be a team to be reckoned with. I'm going to take them at home here in this one.
I'm going to take UCLA.
And then we're going to end the show with a couple of Kentucky teams. Number 9 Louisville has really come on lately. They're at NC State. NC State on the girls' side is always a really, really tough, good team. They play great at home. I think they're like 13-5 or 14-5, something like that.
I think they got beat and got knocked out of the top 25. Can they win at home? Louisville's won 9 games in a row. They're playing as good as anybody. They're number 9 in the country.
Waltz has got them playing really well last like 4 or 5 weeks.
I think I'm going to go the upset here, Brad. I like somewhere you got to lose. Somewhere you're going to drop a game, and I think this is where Louisville drops one. NC State's really tough when they've always had a consistent team in Raleigh.
Louisville's got some really good guard play here, and they can shoot the ball. Like I remember when we played and Kentucky played, like they can really shoot the ball here, and they've been playing well. As much as I would like to take the pack here at home, I think I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road to win this one, I believe. And then the last one, John, is number 7 Kentucky is at Mississippi State. Mississippi State doesn't get quite the credit. They were like 14-1 before, or something like that, before SEC started. Now they are 1-4, but they just lost. I think that's what they are, is 1-4 in the SEC. But they just lost by 5 points to Vandy, and Blake's had 38 just on Sunday.
This game cannot be like the Kentucky game against Alabama the other than that. It's at the hump. You don't.
Tough place to play. It's a tough team. They got a good coach.
And Kentucky sometimes gets out of sync, more way to put it.
On the road in the SEC.
They get out of sync and they have to fight from behind. Now, granted, they had to come back and win last night against Florida, which was a very, very impressive comeback. They toughed it out. If that had been on the road, I believe they would have lost.
They probably would have last night. They probably would have if that was on the road. I think the crowd in the fourth quarter kind of helped them, to be honest with you, last night.
And they kind of stepped up. But I'll say this, their defense lately has not been great.
Well, last night it wasn't. Now, Oklahoma hold them to 57.
Well, Alabama wasn't great either.
I mean, they scored 64. Our offense was just terrible, really, that night. But last night, I'll grant you that. The defense didn't look like Kenny Brooks' defense. I'll tell you what worries me here the most, John. Kentucky's been playing without Tiani Key. 6'4", 6'5", power forward spot, blocks a lot of shots, scores 12, 13 points a game, averages 8 or 9 rebounds a game. And they're playing without her. She is getting healthy. Her arm is not in a sling anymore. She does look better. She looks a little. She's been week to week. I do not think she will be back for at least another week to 10 days.
I'll tell you where
at the earliest.
I'll tell you where I feel like that they miss her. There was a play last night where they just drove right by their man, and usually she's right there standing waiting for a block.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what the hardest part is without her, Strack has been getting in foul trouble. Claire Strack has been getting in foul trouble. And last night in this Florida game where the defense looked so bad, they were playing – Strack set out for 10 minutes in the second half, which is half of the time, okay? And – they could not stop. I mean, we had no block, nobody down there that could really block shots and rebound. And
Shaquille O'Neal's daughter is a really good basketball player.
Yeah, she was tough last night. Her and McGill and McGill both.
I'll tell you something, McGill. If you're hearing this, McGill, and if you're not a senior and you dip yourself into the portal,
she's not, and neither is O'Neal. No, neither is O'Neal.
Into the portal. Come on up to next.
Because they're both tough.
I'm telling you, she's tough. She's tough.
Yeah, both of them are.
But I'm going to pick Kentucky here. I do think that Mississippi State is a little bit lesser than Alabama when it comes to overall. And I think Kentucky can do just enough to win this game. I think it'll be tight for majority of the game, but I think Kentucky will win it on some free throws.
Listen. If Claire Strack can stay out of foul trouble, I think Kentucky wins this by 5 to 10 points. If she's in foul trouble, the Cats could be in trouble in this game.
They could.
So I'm just being honest with you. Playing without Tiani Key is tough for these girls, to be honest. Absolutely tough. All right, John, I've got a couple of quick things that I want to talk about here. This tampering stuff that's going on in college football is unreal. I mean, just unreal. Do you think that it will ever get fixed? Like this stuff that's going on with Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss is like it's borderline to me. It's borderline suspension for like a year.
Well, you had the whole Ty Simpson. You had the Ty Simpson thing too. You had people throwing mud. What
about the Williams kid from Washington?
Yeah,
I mean, all this is tied to Lane Kiffin and LSU.
Listen, Brad, we're in a era of the Wild Wild West. The Wild West.
Yeah, but will this ever get fixed? Is there a way? Like, are we just going to have to live with somebody just absolutely coming along and trying to like sabotage and take anybody they want?
Here's the thing. He turned down college, okay? He's going to the pros. But he was basically offered, I'm talking about Ty Simpson, massive money. He even admitted the offer was around $6.5 million from Miami.
Did you hear about the Duke quarterback today? It's not even in the portal, by the way.
How are you getting off like that kind of money when you're not even in the portal?
He supposedly Miami offered him, and it's unreal, $10 million to hit the portal. And not just the millions of dollars. He's got a sister that plays volleyball in Oregon. They're offering her a scholarship, NIL for her. This package, if it's true, I'm not saying this is true. This is rumors. it is, something's got to be done in college football.
Well, here's my biggest thing is you had all these coaches talking about rule changes and you come out with
Talking about everybody playing on an even field and knowing what the rules are. And then you got all these people doing this stuff.
And all you come out with is a red shirt rule where you can play 9 games with your red shirt.
That's ridiculous.
Like, come on now.
Ridiculous.
Like, they have to tackle some of this stuff.
Does anybody care what they're doing to this sport? I mean, honestly.
The sport is getting – me and you talked about this. It's getting a point now where it's time for a change, Brad. Greg Sankey said it best. Big problems are not solved in big rooms filled with people. That is a principle.
It's insane. I just hope that somebody comes along and cares enough to try to come up with some fixes. And here's the deal. Everybody's got to sign it. This CSC commission stuff that's going around, sign the damn thing. And everybody play on the same rules.
Well, and then you had, what was it? The Iowa State coach, Matt Campbell, had 19 guys go to Penn State with him.
Yeah. Just decimating teams and
the whole program.
Yeah.
Like, programs now, they are paying, I feel like, Brett, way over the top when it comes to deals. And, like, let's look at the Bryce Underwood situation. He was the top quarterback. He was committed to what? To LSU before Michigan came calling.
Yeah.
While it was supposed to have been around 5 men, it was actually closer to 10 men over the course of his career.
I heard 14. I don't know if that's right or not, but
people want to sit and blame this on agents, but you got to look at it from the teams too. That's the only way. It's vital for all these teams to be successful. And if you're not tampering, you're going to lose.
It's unreal, man.
That's basically where we're at, Brad.
The new commission, okay, that was set up through the House settlement with the NCAA is not signed. That's what I'm talking about. Sign the damn paperwork and the new rules, and let's all play by some damn rules.
Well, and here's another thing.
Everybody's talked about. All these coaches, everybody's been talking about, well, if we could just have an even playing field. Okay, then sign the damn papers.
Well, here's another thing that really pisses me off. And I don't care if this goes vocal.
Viral.
Well, whatever.
I'm just messing.
I like Lane Kiffin, but the way he has handled this is is wrong.
I thought I was I've never really liked Lane Kiffin
as a coach.
I thought I was beginning to like Lane Kiffin, but I'm going to tell you right now what has transpired in the last 2 months. You will never, ever, ever, ever hear me say those words again.
I'm saying from a coach perspective. I'm not saying from a person. You got him on the phone pretending like he's what was it with a player that they had took Lacey from Ole Miss and was pranking somebody. Then you had him on a plane leaving Ole Miss and had Ole Miss fans yelling at him. Then he took half the team, and now it sounds like that he's tried to leak some contracts to get them to come to LA. And now Ole Miss, there's a fight between one of their players right now that they're going to try to withhold his contract so he can't enter the portal. Like, it is a damn circus, Brad.
Oh, it's more than a circus. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Ole Miss, I've got me lawyers right now that are drawing up paperwork. I'm telling you right now, this would go to court. There's not a chance in the world that it wouldn't if it was me.
Like, you're almost 2 hours away from the portal being closed, and you got players entering the portal at the last minute, and you got guys like Caden Lee, who is a fantastic position receiver, maybe one of the best receivers on the Ole Miss team now. Which there's a lot of talk he might not even go to LSU. There's a lot of chit chat that he might go to Georgia, but still, like, and then you got Lane on X tweeting 11:59 before, like, childish.
What's going on is crazy. And like I said, somebody needs to step up, sign the damn papers. I will keep saying it. And then, John, I am going to move on. This is going to be the last topic. The Big Ten is still pushing for a 2014 playoff. And the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 does not seem to be on board. However, I do believe they would all go to a 16-team playoff.
Now, 16 sounds good. 24 is just pushing it.
But here's my thing. And I've started to think about this for a minute, John. I don't like the Big Ten's thing because they want 4 teams automatic qualify for Big Ten, 4 from the SEC. They want all this crap, and it's a bunch of bull crap. But if you had a 2014 playoff, if you did, why not give every conference one automatic qualifier for winning the conference, make the conference championship games matter again, and then have 14 at-large teams? There's 10 conferences, counting the Pac-12.
Sort of like you do with the March Madness.
Exactly. And then have 14 teams as you have 10 teams that automatically qualify, and then you get 14 at-large teams for, like, out of the rankings, the college football playoff rankings.
I agree with you there.
The next 14.
I just think 24 would water this down.
Well, here's the deal, John. If you did go to that, and I'm not saying you do, because I have not liked it. I'm trying to be open-minded here. But if you did go to that, would that eliminate some of these nonsense bowls?
I think it would a little bit.
Because some of these bowl games now are just nonsense. So if you could eliminate some of those bowl games and then make the conference championship games matter again, because what they're doing right now, and if you give the Big Ten and the ACC and the SEC
I feel like
automatic qualifiers, then the championship games don't matter at all.
So you're telling me that you're going to put a 9-3 SEC team in over a 12-1 G5 team? Like, why don't we just make it 64 teams?
Well, eventually they probably will.
I mean,
yeah, but see, here's my thing. The bowl season really hasn't mattered. If you can fix the calendar and you could bump these up and play these games like the next week in December, and then have these games end by like January the 9th or something, then you could have the portal after that. The season would be over. You could fix the damn calendar.
Well, either way, if you look at it from the portal perspective, it's not really going to matter because they're still going to enter regardless.
Yeah, but you won't have all these visits going on and everything while the damn season's trying to.
I agree with you there. That wouldn't happen, but I don't know, man.
All I'm saying is the only way I can see this actually being a thing is if you give each conference an automatic qualifier.
I mean, I feel like the regular season, it would die.
And I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that because you would get an 8-4 Southern Miss team who won their conference.
Then you would get maybe a 8-3 Kentucky or 9-3 Kentucky, and nothing against Kentucky because we cover the Cats. But the thing is, you would say
you would have 14 at-large teams. And could you have some 3-loss teams? Sure. But, I mean, in my opinion, if you're going to make this a college football playoff, you have to include a champion out of all the conferences if you're going to go to 24
if you're going to do 24, you're going to have a Big 10, an ACC, a Big 12,
a Mountain West, an AAC, a Sun Belt.
Like you're going to have to let them have a bye.
A Pac-12.
And then let the other teams kind of fight it out amongst themselves.
But here's the deal. You eliminate a lot of these crappy bowl games.
You do. And I'm going to say something on that before we go about the bowl games. I know everybody still wants these bowl games, and I get it. It used to be the standard. It used to be the thing back when we was growing up, but time has changed. It's a new era. It's a different generation. There's not look, for instance, look at the Pop-Tart Bowl. The Pop-Tart Bowl, it made more money than one of the bigger bowls.
It did.
Smaller bowl.
But I'm going to be honest with you, John. Outside of the college football playoffs, I didn't really watch a single bowl game. I watched a little bit of Michigan and Texas.
I watched the Alamo Bowl. I watched the TCU and was it USC?
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, I watched them. See, here's the thing. Bowl games have gotten to the point to where you got all these kids opting out. The bowl game is like a thing of the past anymore, Brad.
I mean, I'm not saying you eliminate all of them. Maybe you keep some of the smaller market bowls because, teams out of the like Western Kentucky that's 9-4 or whatever. I mean, they still want, a good bowl. Some of the smaller market bowls, you might keep some of those. But I think a lot of the main market bowls need to go into the college football. If you're going to go to 24 teams or even 16, I think you need to eliminate a lot of the bowl games. That's just my opinion. All right, we are going to wrap this up. It has been a game day pick'em. I hope you guys enjoy the basketball games this weekend. And on Monday night, we get the national championship game. Is it going to be Indiana or is it going to be Miami? We're going to find out. We're going to find out come Monday night. And join us for our live stream during the game. We will be on here with you guys and have a whole lot of fun.
I was half asleep last year.
John fell asleep for part of it.
Yeah, I did, man. I mean, it's long. I mean, it's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you Monday night. Y'all have fun and enjoy your weekend.
Have a good one.